Hey guys, what's up? My name is Anthony, and welcome to another edition of BNA Sports Talk. I'm not recording that intro. I feel good today. Happy Independence Day to everyone out there. If you're having an Independence Day, I hope you're having a great one. No, just kidding. If you live in America, happy Independence Day. I'm not going to re-record that intro, even though that was really bad. I usually do it, but not today. But today, what I really want to talk about is some problems I have with the NBA and how this offseason is, I think many people are misconstruing this. So a lot of people say, you know what, the NBA has had 7 champions in 9 years. It's 7 champions in 10 years, first of all, because 2010, you have to count that as a year. So year 0, which is 2010, would be a 1. So the year 9 would be a 0 because you have to add 1. Anyway, so people are like, oh, there have been 7 champions in the last 10 years, you know. And they're saying, oh, this means the league has parity. Well, you could say because the teams can recruit people, but basically, the point is that they're missing the league winner, and the winner of the entire NBA is chosen in the offseason more and more. Now, what other people say is like, you know what? Golden State didn't win all the time. The Heat didn't win all the time. The Heat only won 2 out of 4. Golden State 3 out of 5. And you could say, oh, even with those great teams, anyone. But the champions are made in the offseason a little bit too much. I know you want to recruit. You want to do different things. Golden State had great drafts for years and years before they ended up winning championships. But this is the problem. Like, winning in free agency means you win in the finals isn't really a good thing. Again, you want to have good teams who draft players. You want to have your Toronto Raptors. You want to have your Celtics who make great decisions in the offseason. And it's not just relying on the draft. You want a multitude of things. And I also heard this. Someone said free agency is everything. Free agency is everything. And then they say, oh yeah, obviously you need draft picks as a base. Of course, like, you're not reinventing the wheel here. What do you mean? Do you think this is the hot take? You think people don't agree with you? I think everyone agrees with this opinion. Kind of like, you need to get a culture. You need to get a culture of young draft picks and make them develop. And by the way, sometimes slow developing players are the best. So if you're starting off your franchise, you want to reset. It's almost better off to pick players that are a little bit lower in the developmental process, so you could suck for longer, and then towards the end, you get better, more developed draft picks. You get those third rounders, you get those veterans, kind of in the college, and then they all grow together, and then you get your top guys. I'm sick and tired of all these people making obvious takes that seem like hot. They're pretending like it's a hot take, and meanwhile it's not. I think we're all guilty of this, being like, oh, this is the real reason why, and I'm reinventing the wheel. I'm saying that you have to draft players in order for your team to be good, but then you need to attract free. I don't think that's a revolutionary take. I think that's what every team tries to do. And now more and more, you're getting those cities that are trying to say, you know what? We're a great city for you. Jimmy Butler, we're a great match for you because, you love the beach. You didn't like being stuck in that cold city of Philly. You didn't like being stuck in Minnesota and Chicago, all of those states. Join us. And now more and more states are deciding, or like different cities are deciding, you know what? Come to us because we're fit for you. This city can give you what you want. And yeah, I think that's all fine, but I'm sick and tired of people making all these hot takes about, different things like that. The second thing I want to talk about today is Daniel Jones is rated worse on Madden than Tyree Jackson. Now, what my opinion about this is, I'm happy. As a Giants fan, if you didn't know, I'm a Giants fan. If you're just stumbling across this video, didn't know, I'm a Giants fan. And I'm sticking to it. And I'll mention that a little bit later, but the Daniel Jones is rated 63 and Tyree Jackson is rated 64. It's not a huge gap, but an undrafted player is higher than Daniel Jones. And I think this is great because only Daniel Jones knows about this, and he's going to use it as fuel to be even a better quarterback than people think. You think he cares about this? No. He's been doubted his entire life. He was a 0-star recruit coming out of high school. He's lived his whole life with people saying, you can't do it. And I know he's been coached up a lot. But then again, who isn't? There are very rare talents that aren't coached up. Tom Brady was coached up. Ben Roethlisberger was coached up. A lot of players are coached up. And people are saying that, Daniel Jones is rated a certain thing. And he can't be a great quarterback. But I really don't believe that this is the case because he brought Duke to 8-5. Name one more quarterback that can do that. Even Patrick Mahomes with the Texas Red Raiders, they went 4-7 with Cliff Kingsbury. with Cliff Kingsbury, they went 5-7, 4-7 all those years. And apparently Cliff Kingsbury is a genius, so what happened with that? So, again, John Elway sucked in college. I think Brett Favre sucked in college. You know, it's about your team, and especially in college, if you have a horrible team, if you're playing Alabama, Clemson, like, you have no shot. It's just as simple as that. There's only so much one player can do. It's not like the NBA sometimes where you just, if you can jump up and get your own shot and make your shot kind of like a James Harden, your team could be successful. It's not like that. A quarterback, if you have zero time and your wide receivers are dropping the ball, you know, you get those blowout games just like, oh, what happened? Well, maybe the team malfunctioned. And that's not about leadership. That's just about the other team just being better than you. And we saw that a lot with Daniel Jones. I think he's going to be just fine and use this as fuel. But I also want to mention this. So with players, with free agency and different things like that, you know, people are becoming free agents with teams. All of a sudden, my friend now is a Lakers fan. You know, I'm jumping board. Never been to Los Angeles. I can get it if you have a connection there. You're like, you know what? I want to change teams because my team sucks. I'm all about that. But in my opinion, sticking with the same team is good. I mean, there are costs and benefits, there are pros and cons of both. So first of all, you don't want to stick with a bad team because that just means you're stupid. If you make the same decision twice, you know, definition of insanity. But there's something to be said about, you know, loyalty and dedication to a team and sticking by their side, not jumping from team to team, because I think that's kind of weak. But it's also kind of weak to just stay a loser your entire life. So I'm kind of on the fence with that. But as players move, people become free agents. People buying Warrior jerseys, Heat jerseys. And you've heard all of that with LeBron James moving, Kevin Durant moving, and all these different things. And I think it's great to get, you know, notoriety, but I don't think it's good in the long-term future to get one free agent. It used to be you physically could not see them anymore, and you had to go to the other team that's locally, or you didn't watch them at all. But now people are going, you know what? They left. I can continue to watch them. And but they have the option to, but there's still that lingering effect of, you know, people physically turned off in the past because they physically couldn't do it, that people now are saying, you know what, I don't want to because I feel offended. And that's kind of like a lingering effect to people leaving and cities leaving. Before, if Kevin Durant went to Golden State, you physically couldn't watch him unless your favorite team played the team that he went to. Is it good in the long-term future to get a player like Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving? Because then they pretty much take all they can from your team. Are they going to win a championship? It's not guaranteed. I mean, nothing is guaranteed. But after they leave, you have nothing. And you have to make sure you continue that culture. As players become free agents, people become free agents with teams. They're just going to move on to the next team. And this is, I think it's kind of dangerous. Like the offseason in the NBA, people know who's going to win before the season. The NFL, the games still have to be played. In the NBA, the best team always wins. That's why they have 4-game series. In the NFL, one game, you're out in the playoffs. And even though you need one game if you're a home team to get to the conference finals, I understand that. But, you know, anything can happen. There are much more wildcard teams. When's the last team in the NBA where Sacramento Kings stunned everybody and made it to the finals? No, this year is a 1 versus 2. Last year it was a 2 versus 3, I think, because Cleveland didn't really care about the regular season. You know, the best team always ends up winning. And I'm not sure if that's the best thing, so that's why I'm starting to like that idea by Adam Silver to include more different things so more teams get involved, more teams are excited. Because, you know, as the Miami Heat last year with Dwayne Wade, you would have liked to see a little bit of a playoff run, but the whole season was just dedicated to Dwayne Wade, and they knew they weren't going anywhere, so it was kind of like a hoorah season, and that was it. With the NFL, it's just like, even fans of the Tennessee Titans are like, you know, we can do something special this year. We can do something really special. Again, as players become free agents, people become free agents of certain teams. And this is ultimately not good for, I think, the NBA. You want it to be a global brand. You want to attract people to be like, oh, yeah, I want to buy this team's different jerseys. I want to do different things like that. But honestly, I don't think the NBA, they're moving towards this, but it's not great, and yeah, it's definitely a problem. Hopefully you guys enjoy this video. Let me know what you guys think of everything in the comment section down below. What do you think the NBA is heading in the right direction, wrong direction? Whether you think Daniel Jones is a 63 rated player, do you think this is really going to affect him? Anything like that would be very appreciated. Again, enjoy your July 4th. I just want to get this quick video up on the page, even though I have no idea how long it is. How long is it so far? 9 minutes, but yeah, so hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.